Okay, so The Last of Us. The game's been out for a week now, and I thought I'd give you my thoughts on the game. You know, because I've played through the campaign and played a lot of multiplayer, so give my thoughts. And they're probably going to be controversial, but I'm very honest. You know, there's no reason in not being honest. I can't see the point of it. But so I have some. The game is not a 10 out of 10. It can't be a 10 out of 10. So I was looking at a review that just went up, the Game Station review, and in the comment section people were saying like, well, the AI is bad, but it doesn't take away from the experience. It's still a 10 out of 10. That's bullshit. That is not right. The game, if the AI sucks, that's a big flaw in the game, and it is a pain in the ass because in my campaign, right, so parts of the campaign I was like, there were two guards, I had to take out one guard and the AI was supposed to take the other. Took out the guard, the AI didn't take the other guard out, the guard turned around, spotted me, got alerted, really frustrating, really annoying, and AI, you're stealthing about from the clickers, and then your AI partner just goes flying past you, and then the clickers don't notice it all. Very frustrating, very annoying. Also, the game has some game bugs in the game, there's a few game bugs. Now the darkness, like I got one where like the game goes completely black if you move the camera at a certain spot, which is not a big deal at all. But getting stuck in the wall, getting stuck in the floor glitch, that's a big problem. I had to restart that part of the game, which was only like 5 minutes, but still annoying. You shouldn't have to restart part of the game, and that's why the game, it can't be a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It can't be. Now, so those things. Now the rest of this is opinion based, really. The rest of my arguments are opinion based, and so you can disagree or agree with this bit, but I don't think you can disagree with the AI is bad and the game bugs. So I don't think the game can be a 10 out of 10. So I have problems with the game. Now Total Biscuit and Jesse Cox, I was watching their podcast last night, and they say they have problems with the controls. But they said the reason that could be is because they normally play PC, and so the controls won't be funny for them. But I play console all the time, and I think the PS3 controller is better than Xbox controller in my opinion. This seems more comfortable for me, and even I had problems with controlling the game. Aiming is very annoying. The aiming just doesn't seem as good as it should be. The controls are annoying. Why, like, they changed them about. I don't see why they couldn't keep them the same as Uncharted, or anything like that. They could have just, because it's really annoying when every game has a different control method and you have to get used to it. It takes like an hour or two to get used to it, and it can be very frustrating and get you killed, and very, very frustrating. Now I think the stealth is terrible because, I mean, first of all, the instinct mode. I hate instinct modes in any game. There needs to be a better way of making it so you know where enemies are than just instinct mode or detective mode or whatever. And plus the stealth just doesn't seem good. The AI, and because the AI plans, comes into play more, the stealth. The AI just isn't good. The AI will just keep walking around in circles, and sometimes like the AI, what your teammate will do, you'll walk past them and they shouldn't see you, but they do spot you, and then your AI partner runs directly in front of them and doesn't see them. Like I had a part where an armed guard was here, facing that way, and then my AI partner came forward, like basically pushed through him, came round to the corner where I was, and he didn't get spotted. So the AI and stealth is very frustrating, very, very frustrating, and so yeah, there's a few problems I have with the game. Now, the problem is that I hate the skill system. Like, the skill system should not be in the game. It's just feels very tacked on and very annoying. Like, it's 20 years later and he's going like this with the gun. He can't keep it steady. He's been surviving for 20 years and he can't hold the gun steady. I mean, what the hell is that about? That makes no sense, and it's very, very annoying. Now I do like the crafting system a lot. It's simple, it's easy. Pick up an item and then you craft it. Very, very simple. Really like the crafting system. I can't remember what was else. I mean, the graphics are amazing. The best graphics I've ever seen in a video game. Animations are amazing. I love them. The only animation that isn't the best in the world is the jump animation, but that's nitpicking, of course. But it's kind of weird because Uncharted had really good jump animations, and this game doesn't have the best jump animations. But yeah, the animations are great. The graphics are great. The cutscenes, like the facial animations, are so good. Like completely breathtaking, and very, very, very cool and awesome. And you know, the story, because the controls and the stealth annoyed me so much, I couldn't really enjoy the story. I was so annoyed with the stealth and the controls. When it got to the cutscene, I was just frustrated and I couldn't really enjoy it as much. Now, obviously, the story didn't bother me too much. It was just okay, you know. I mean, Ellie's a standout character. Joel kind of seemed like a douche to me, but obviously he has to be tough for the apocalypse. But that's just how I feel about that. Tess didn't bother me, you know. Other characters later on are better, but not. This just didn't bother me at all. There's only one sad moment in the game. It's the beginning bit, and that's it. And yeah. And the ending, the people apparently have had problems with the ending. Didn't bother me at all. Endings don't bother me. There's only one ending that's ever annoyed me, and it was the Borderlands 2 ending, but that's a different subject. And the story just didn't bother me. The voice actings didn't bother me. It just doesn't have the characters. And you know, obviously, it's hard to like. It has from the creators of Uncharted right there, so it's hard to not compare it with Uncharted. You know, they've got it right there and right there. Like it's hard to not compare it. But I'm saying like Uncharted characters are just a lot better. The story in Uncharted is obviously it's completely different, but I'm just saying it doesn't. The characters that just didn't bother me at all, and so that's really my thoughts on the single player. The multiplayer. So now the multiplayer is really good at first. It's a bit, the balancing is bad, like really bad, because whoever gets the first few kills, they've won essentially. You know, obviously there's an exception, but say whoever gets the first kills win. So you basically get kill guys, you get points, and then you can buy stuff like armor, buy more ammo for your gun, and whoever gets the first kills buys the armor, and they're like overpowered, like for like the whole bit, and it's really frustrating. The revive system, now the revive stick is really annoying. It's not really the game's fault, but there are people who, you know, you're right in front of them, you're like, revive me, and they don't revive you, and it's very frustrating, but that's not really the game's fault. That's just people who play online who are really, you know, you're just right in front of them, and they don't revive you. Very frustrating. You might see it in one of my, I think it was my first video I did a multiplayer, a guy wouldn't revive me at all, but that's not the game's fault. Maybe they could have made a different revive system, I don't know. But, multiplayer is really cool. The crafting system carries over to the single player, which is really cool. Crafting system just as good in the multiplayer. Now, I have a few problems with balancing. Like, there are parts there are like little toolboxes that you open, and then like loads of stuff come out of it, and they take forever to respawn. But you get them, and there's like health packs in them. Now here's the thing: there might be a melee weapon in there. Melee weapons are really powerful, but they randomly spawn in those boxes. So there's completely random, and it's really unfair. So because it takes 4 hits to get someone down when you're punching them. It takes 2 hits with like a melee weapon, and so, or an upgraded melee weapon, 1 hit. But it's very frustrating. 2 melee hits, and if they, you know, you can't predict if you're going to get a melee weapon in the random boxes or not, and so if your teammate gets them, if the enemy team gets them, they're gonna, you know, kill you. They're gonna win if you're in close quarters. It's very frustrating. Now, it's kind of weird. There's no cover system, and that's kind of a bit of a flaw, because you know you're trying to go around so you go up to a wall. There's no real cover system. I mean, he does kind of like go up to the wall bit, but there's no real cover system, and because of that, essentially, I can't really explain it, but you can literally be round the corner with your arm sticking out, like with literally your elbow is the only thing sticking out, and you can still shoot them and still hit them, which is kind of weird. Like, literally, the only thing that's out is the elbow's out, and you can still get hit, but your gun isn't out, but you can still shoot around the corner. I can't explain it. You have to play it to really explain that. And the bow seems a bit unbalanced. Now, you can get armor. It takes one hit with a bow and arrow to make your armor go down. That makes no sense. A bow and arrow, I'm pretty sure if a bow and arrow, the arrow hit armor, it would bounce off. I think I'm sure it wouldn't break it. I think it would bounce off, maybe it would. I don't know, but I don't think an arrow would. And so, I personally think if you have armor, bow and arrow shouldn't be able to kill you, or they should take a lot more hits. Because a normal gun would take about 2 hits to break the armor off, but a bow and arrow 1 hit. And 2 hits to kill, 1 headshot, I think they're dead, and it takes 1. So if you're on the floor and you need to be revived, kind of like Gears of War, it takes 1 hit with bow for that as well. And there's a bit of lag. It's not as Uncharted 3. You run around the corner and you'll still be getting hit with bullets, like they're curving the bullets around the corner. It doesn't happen as bad as in this, but it still can happen sometimes. That you'll run around the corner and the bullet will still hit you. It will like curve, which makes no sense because of like delay lag. And that's really it. Like, the multiplayer is fun. It can be annoying if people. Essentially, it's one of those games, like in Call of Duty, if there's 3 or 4 players, you can take them on your own. In this game, you can't do that. So if you have like 2 teammates, if 2 people leave on your team, you're screwed. You are screwed. You will not be able to win the match, no matter what, because you always get overwhelmed. It's kind of like Gears of War 3, in where one person can't really take on more than one person by themselves. And so teamwork is definitely necessary, and you can bandage each other, revive each other, like that. So that's my thoughts on The Last of Us. If I was to give it a score, I can't give it a score, personally, but if I was to agree with anyone, I'd agree with like either that guy who gave it a 7.5 from Polygon. I think everyone hated on him. Or I'd agree with GameSpot, they gave it an 8. It's somewhere between there. And that's just my opinion. I like the game a lot. I think the last 5 hours are really great. The first 3 or 4 hours kind of suck. Really annoying and frustrating. And the story doesn't bother me too much. The voice acting, didn't bother me too much. The graphics are amazing. The multiplayer is good with balancing issues that hopefully can be patched. And apparently there's going to be DLC for the campaign and multiplayer, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. So that's my thoughts on The Last of Us. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's as good as anyone's saying. I think there's a lot of problems with the game that if they make a sequel, they can iron it out and fix it. So, you can disagree with my opinions on the stealth and the controls, which is fine, but I don't think you can disagree with the AI and the game bugs that, in my opinion, do not make this game 10. You can give it a 9.9 or anything, I don't think you can give it a 10. So that's my thoughts on The Last of Us.